The train's banshee wail ripped through Mumbai's pre-dawn, yanking Arjun from a dream of pixelated battlefields. Sweat glued his t-shirt to his chest in the humid haze, the air thick with salt and diesel. His cracked phone pulsed with light, its fractured screen blazing. Cybersmith's esports tryouts. The 15th of August you're in. His heart hammered like a Ganpati festival doll, each beat echoing his dream of stadiums packed with roaring fans, their cheers drowning out the city's chaos. The 17th of June was no ordinary teen in Dadar's neon-soaked alleys, where pan stalls glowed red and rickshaws honked like angry geese. He was a gaming wraith. His fingers danced across mobile screens, sniping foes in digital coliseums with surgical precision. Friends called him Sniper King, title earned in late-night battle royales, his headset crackling with squad banter from as far as Singapore. But now his parents had dropped a bomb. A summer in Kolhapur, exiled to his aunt's decrepit radio shop. No Wi-Fi, no kills. Just dust and forgotten dreams. The Deccan Odyssey rattled south, its windows streaked with monsoon drizzle. Arjun's earbuds blasted EDM, the bass thumping in sync with his restless pulse, drowning out the train's clatter and the snores of an uncle sprawled across the berth. Kolhapur, a molasses, slow town of sugar mills and wrestling akhadas, where men grappled in pits of red mud under the gaze of ancient Maratha forts. He pictured himself trapped, his gaming rig gathering cobwebs, while he fiddled with relics older than his parents. Kolhapur's station was a riot of color and sound. Vendors darted through the crowd, their trays piled with misal pav, the spicy chickpea curry's chili tang, stinging Arjun's nose like a playful jab. Women in vibrant saris haggled over glistening pomfrets, their voices sharp as temple bells. Amid the chaos stood Aunt Mira, her turmeric yellow saree glowing like a sunrise against the monsoon-gray platform. Arjun, taller than a banyan tree, she crowed, crushing him in a hug that smelled of cardamom and rosatar. He forced a grin, his esports dreams wilting under her radiant warmth, like a phone battery drained by a Mumbai summer. Mira's shop, Radio Raga, was a time warp tucked between a chai stall and a cobbler's shack on Kolhapur's bustling Shivaji Road. Its faded sign creaked in the breeze, the paint chipped like old nail polish. Inside, dusty transistors and cracked Murphy speakers teetered on sagging teak shelves, their knobs dulled by decades of finger. The air was heavy with rust, solder, and the faint musk of sandalwood incense curling from a corner shrine to Saraswati. "My empire," Mira said, her eyes twinkling like Diwali sparklers. "Fix these radios, and we eat biryani tonight." Arjun's stomach churned. This was his arena, a graveyard of tech older than Bollywood's black and white era. His first task was a 1960s Philips valve radio, its mahogany case scarred like a warrior's shield, its wires a knotted jungle that would have stumped even Arjun's coder friends. His gamer fingers, lightning, fast on triggers, fumbled with rusted screws and brittle insulation, each twist a betrayal of his digital destiny. He missed his Discord crew's late night rants, the electric rush of a clutch win when the enemy team crumbled. Here, time crawled like a buffalo cart plodding through Kolhapur's muddy lanes, every second a reminder of his exile. At dusk, Kolhapur transformed into a canvas of gold and shadow. Arjun wandered past Kolhapuri Chapal stalls, their leather sandals gleaming under naked bulbs, to Shalini Palace, a Maratha relic with arches carved like lotus petals. Lanterns flickered, casting intricate patterns on the stone. A girl sat on a weathered bench, her fingers twisting the dial of a battered transistor radio, coaxing static that crackled like distant lightning. "Hear that?" she asked, her eyes glinting like starlit lotus ponds under a cascade of braided hair. "That's the universe whispering its secrets." Her name was Luna, 18, a stargazer studying physics at Shivaji University. Her navy kurta shimmered with silver thread, and her wrists jangled with glass bangles that caught the lantern glow. "I'm catching pulsar signals," she said, pointing to a sky pricked with early stars. "Cosmic heartbeats from dead stars. I paint squad mates in Singapore for headshots." Luna's laugh was sharp, a brass bell ringing at Mahalakshmi Temple. Cutting through the evening's hum of cicadas and scooter horns, they became fixtures at Radio Raga. Luna perched on a stool, her radio spitting cosmic static, while Arjun wrestled with antique circuits. She spun tales of Kolhapur's storied past. Chhatrapati Shivaji's guerrilla raids from hilltop forts, wrestlers heaving in akadas caked with red earth, their grunts echoing like war drums. Arjun countered with gaming sagas, miming sniper shots with a screwdriver, his voice booming over the shop's whirring fan. "You're a screen zombie," Luna teased, tossing him a wire stripper. He caught it midair, smirking, their banter a dance as lively as a Lavani performance. One humid evening, as clouds loomed like angry gods, Luna shared a Kolhapur folk legend over steaming chai. "The Star Weaver," he said, her voice low. "A celestial devasi who spins pulsar signals into threads of fate. Long ago, she guided a lost Maratha warrior, Baji Rao, through a storm with a single cosmic hum, leading him to triumph over Mughal invaders." Her radio crackled, as if nodding. Arjun rolled his eyes. "Sounds like a game NPC with a quest marker." But the tale clung to him, its magic weaving into the shop's hum, whispering that maybe his thumbs weren't just for controllers. Maybe they could trace the Star Weaver's threads over Mira's masala chai, served in chipped steel tumblers. Her bangles clinked like temple chimes. "These 5G towers are strangling us," she sighed, her face creased like a well-loved book. "Nobody wants radios when earbuds scream Bollywood remixes." Arjun's gamer brain ignited. "Go digital." Aji Instagram. A website. Vintage is the new cool. He pictured Radio Raga trending, its dusty relic snapped up by hipsters, Mira's brow furrowed, deep as monsoon ruts, too modern for an old soul like me. Undeterred, Arjun hunched over his splintered phone under the shop's flickering tube light, coding a bare-bones website. He snapped photos of radios, their dials glowing like forgotten moons, captioning them "Retro Fire." His thumbs, trained for virtual kills, flew across the screen. But when he showed the site to locals, shopkeepers in Dodas, aunties clutching cloth bags, they shrugged, their Kolhapuri shapples slapping the floor. "We trust Mira's hands, not your pixel promises," said Apan. Chewing trader, Arjun's city hustle crashed like a lagged server, frustrated. He stormed to Rankala Lake, its inky waters cradling lotus blooms that bobbed like offerings to the gods, temple spires reflected in the ripples, their golden calashes winking under a crescent moon. Luna joined him, her radio spitting static like a cosmic tantrum. "Why force tech on them?" she asked, her bangles clinking as she adjusted the dial. "Kolhapur's soul is dull beats at Ganpati pandals, hand-stitched chapals, vivid Bharati's crackly ghazals." Her words stung, sharp as the chili in Kolhapur's famous mutton rasa. Flashback. Mumbai. Last summer, under Dadar's flickering streetlights, Arjun's team choked in a qualifier because he'd ignored his friend Rohan's warning about a game bug. Focus on kills. Not us, he'd barked, eyes glued to the leaderboard. Rohan quit the squad, his silence louder than a missed headshot. Arjun's arrogance had cost him trust, a wound that festered. Now, by Rankala's serene waters, that loss burned like tamarind on a raw cut. Luna's radio snagged a faint pulsar pulse, a rhythmic throb older than the Vedas. "That's a dead star's heartbeat," she said, her eyes blazing like Diwali rockets. Arjun squinted at Orion's belt, its stars faint against Kolhapur's soft glow. Like these radios, ancient, but not still kicking. Luna nodded, her braid swaying. Maybe the Star Weaver's threads, guiding us through the static. The legend felt less like a fairy tale now, its cosmic hum echoing in his chest. Kids started trickling into Radio Raga, drawn by Arjun's website like moths to a lantern. "Fix my Baba's radio?" pleaded a boy in a faded Tendulkar jersey, clutching a dented bush set. Arjun soldered wires under a naked bulb, his hands steadier now, guided by muscle memory and Mira's patient nods. Luna watched, smirking over her chai. From frags to fixes, city boy the Star Weaver's proud. Arjun flicked a stray wire at her, her laugh brighter than a comet's tail slicing the night sky. Then disaster struck, like a monsoon flash flood. Mira's vacuum tube supplier, a grizzled trader in Pune. "Shut shop. No tubes, no radios," she said, her voice thick as jaggery syrup, her fingers tracing Saraswati's idol in the shrine. Arjun tore through Kolhapur's labyrinthine bazaars, dodging cycle, rickshaws, and stray goats, his Marathi rusty but fierce as he haggled with traders. In a crumbling go-down behind a tamarind tree, he unearthed a dusty trove of tubes, their glass glinting like buried treasure. Mira's hug was tighter than a wrestler's grip. Luna dragged Arjun to Ganesh Chaturthi, Kolhapur's streets ablaze with devotion. Drummers pounded tal, their dahal beats shaking the earth like Shivaji's war cries. Modak stalls steamed, their sugary coconut scent curling through the air, mingling with rose garlands draped over clay Ganeshas. "This is Kolhapur's heartbeat," Luna said, her eyes reflecting the pandal's fairy lights. Arjun felt it, a primal pulse louder than any esports arena's roar. But his tryout date, the 15th of August, loomed like a storm cloud. Flashback, Dad, navigating his battered taxi through Mumbai's monsoon. Flooded streets said, "Trust fuels this city, not just rupees." Arjun had scoffed, his eyes on rank screens, chasing digital crowns. Now handing a restored radio to a beaming Ajoba whose wrinkles mapped a life of sugarcane harvests, he understood. Trust was heavier than any tournament prize, its weight grounding him like Kolhapur's red earth. The shop's rent loomed, a debt as relentless as Mumbai's traffic. Arjun pitched a bold plan over dinner. Mutton kolhapuri sizzling on the table, starlit signals, an event by Rankala, pulsar hums, Marathi classics, radios under the stars. "You're channeling the Star Weaver, gamer boy." Mira hesitated, her bangles clinking like prayer beads, but nodded. Word spread through Kolhapur's chai stalls and WhatsApp groups, the town buzzing like a hive before Diwali. The event night was electric. Rankala Lake, a mirror of stars and fairy lights strung between peepal trees. Radios sang. Lata Mangeshkar's silken ghazals blended with pulsar hums, their cosmic rhythm a nod to the Star Weaver's lore. Teens in knockoff Nikes swayed. Aunties in silk saris tapped their feet. Mira sold 6 radios, her smile brighter than the lake's moonlit ripples. Arjun's chest swelled. not from a kill streak, but from faces glowing in the crowd. Luna High fived him, her bangles jingling like cosmic chimes, but tension crackled like a faulty circuit. Luna wanted Radio Raga pure, its Maratha soul untouched. You're turning Mira's legacy into an app, she hissed, her eyes flashing like monsoon lightning. Arjun snapped back. You're stuck in a Kolhapur time warp. Tech's her lifeline. Their shouts echoed over Ronkala, sharp as the clash of talwars in a Maratha skirmish, drawing stares from late-tight strollers. Flashback. Mom, stitching cerise under a flickering bulb in their Mumbai chawl, said, "Balance, Arjun," heart and head. He'd brushed her off, chasing leaderboard glory, now facing Luna's glare, her braid swinging like a pendulum. He saw his error. He wanted to save Radio Raga, not erase its spirit, its connection to Kolhapur's red earth and the Star Weaver's myth. They struck a truce under a banyan tree, its roots sprawling like the Star Weaver's threads. Arjun launched an Instagram page, streaming live repairs with flair, his thumbs as nimble as in a clutch match. Luna wove tales of radio's history, how they broadcasted Shivaji's rebellion songs, uniting villages, sails inched up, locals drawn by the blend of tech and lore. Mira hugged them, her eyes wet as monsoon dew. "You're my cosmic signal," she said, her voice a sitar's gentle hum. The tryout email pinged again. The 15th of August, now days away. Arjun sat by Ronkala, its waters silvered by a gibbous moon, lotuses bobbing like silent prayers. Luna joined, her radio tuned to a pulsar's steady throb. "Chase Mumbai's neon jungle," she said, her bangles glinting. "But Kolhapur's woven into you now." Arjun chuckled. "What? I'm a Kolhapuri wrestler, slamming foes in red mud." Luna shoved him, her grin outshining Venus rising over the lake. The train act to Mumbai roared through dawn, Kolhapur's sugar fields fading into a blur of green and gold. Arjun gripped his phone, its screen a gateway to fame, rupees, and esports glory. But Kolhapur's dull beats throbbed in his veins. Mira's cardamom chai lingered on his tongue. Luna's laugh echoed like a pulsar's pulse. The Star Weaver's threads tugged, their cosmic hum a question. Was his signal digital or something older? Deeper, he hovered over accept. Thumb still, unpressed. Mumbai's esports arena was a neon beast, its screens screaming with explosions, the crowd's roar shaking the rafters like a monsoon gale. Arjun stood at the edge, his gaming rig a familiar throne. His phone buzzed, Luna's tech. "New pulsar tonight. The Star Weaver's calling you." Stars peeked through Mumbai's smog, faint but stubborn, like Radio Raga's crackly hum. His signal, still a mystery, but he'd chase it, on his terms, guided by threads spun from Kolhapur's red earth, a cosmic loom.